you? I hope you are fine and everything is very good. Our big question is, what's good about science? What's good about science? And we have so many answers for this question. But in order to talk about science, we have to use simple present because we are talking about facts. So let's do quick revision for simple present. Watch this video carefully and try to answer the questions. He break the alarm clock. What do you think? We have break here and we have singular subject. What is the correct answer? Yes, great, breaks, because we have singular subject. So when we have a singular subject, we add s to the verb. But if we have plural subject, we don't add anything to the verb. Base verb. Now choose the right answer. He wakes up. He don't wake up. He doesn't wake up. Yes, great. He doesn't wake up because we have singular subject. So we use doesn't with negative sentences and don't with negative sentences also, but with the plural subject. Great job. He cut the wire. What do you think? Yes, cuts. And here the phone ring every day. Great, rings. And here he get up at 9 o'clock. Yes, gets up. Great job. Okay, great job, my dear students. Now look at here. What happens if you mix yellow and red? If we mix yellow and red, we get orange. And what happens if you throw a ball in the air? If you throw a ball in the air, it falls down. And what happens if you boil water? If you boil water, it turns into steam. So look at these sentences carefully. If we mix yellow and red, we get orange. If you throw a ball in the air, it falls down. If you boil water, it turns into steam. So what are these sentences? These are zero conditional sentences. Zero conditional sentences. So let's see what is zero conditional. We use it to talk about facts that are true. We use it to talk about facts that are true, and we use simple present with it. The if clause describes a possible action, which is the conditional, and here the other part of the sentence describes the result. So we have condition and we have result. Look at here. Let's see the form. If we mix yellow and red, we get orange. Here, this sentence is the condition, and here we have the result. And look at here. If we mix, look at the verb carefully. It is present simple. We get, and this is present simple. So we use simple present in both parts. If you throw a ball in the air, it falls down. Here we use present simple, of course. Now, we can replace if with when. We can replace if with when. Look at these two sentences. If we throw a ball in the air, it falls down. Where is if? Here, if. We can replace it with when. When you throw a ball in the air, it falls down. And look at here, if water gets too cold, it freezes. We can replace if with when. So the sentence is, when water gets too cold, it freezes. Okay, now remember, we use if or when plus present simple for zero conditional. And zero conditional speaks about facts and statements that are always true. So we use zero conditional to talk about facts. Now let's practice. Look at this sentence. If winter, the temperatures begin to rise. What do you think? Which one is the correct answer? Ends or end? Here we have singular subject. Yes, great, ends. If winter ends, the temperatures begin to rise. And here, when spring arrives, flowers in the garden start to grow. What do you think? Flowers in the garden. Yes, great, start. Great job. And now let's go to your class book, page 107. This is your class book, page 107. Look at here, we have a dialogue between Celia and Jack. Let's listen to it carefully.
Listening 142. Listen and read.
Science was such fun today. We did experiments with water.
Water? What's exciting about water?
Well, if you heat water to 100 degrees, it boils.
Okay, everyone knows that.
Well, what happens if you mix salt into the water?
I don't know. If you mix salt in, it tastes salty?
Well, yes, but it doesn't boil at 100 degrees. It boils at 102 degrees.
So, if you add salt to water, it changes the boiling point. What about freezing?
Yes, that changes too. We measured the temperatures and wrote down the results.
Okay. Is that why the sea only freezes in very cold places, like near the North Pole?
Yes.
Ah.
Next lesson, we're learning about the water cycle.
Okay, now can you find zero conditional sentences? Okay. Yes, this is the first one. If you heat water to 100 degrees, it boils. Okay, great. And the second one, we have here, if you add salt to water, it changes. Yes. Okay, great. Now let's answer these questions. Read again and say true or false. Okay, let's read together. In her science lesson, Celia studied the water cycle. What do you think? Yes, great, it is false. Number 2, Jack doesn't know the boiling point of water. What do you think? Yes, it is false. And number 3, Celia explained the experiments to Jack. What do you think? Yes, true. And Jack knows that the sea is salt water. Is it true or false? Yeah, great. It is true. And now look at number 3. We have a table here. If you heat water to 100 degrees, it boils. If you cool water to 0 degrees, it freezes. Again, these are zero conditional sentences. And here we have a question. What happens if you heat water? And the answer will be, if you heat water to 100 degrees, it boils. So we use the zero conditional to talk about facts that are true. The if clause describes a possible action. The other part of the sentence describes the result. Now look at the questions. What tense are all the verbs in? Is it past? Yes, great. Simple present. And number 2, where do you put a comma? What do you think? Okay, check your answer. Great. Present tense, of course. And number 2, after the if clause, of course. Great job. Now look at question number 4. Match actions 1 to 4 and results from A to D. Look at here, from 1 to 4 we have actions, and here from A to D we have results. Look at number 1. If you turn off the tap. Number 2, if you stand in the rain. Number 3, if the ocean temperature rises. Number 4, if you put water in the freezer. And the results here, you get wet, it freezes and turns into ice, the water stops, and the polar ice melts. What do you think? Okay, check your answers now. 1 with C, 2 with A, 3 with D, and 4 with B. Great job, my dear students. And now question number 5, complete the sentences. And here you have to complete the sentences with the result, of course, okay? Look at number 1. If you leave a bar of chocolate in the sun, what happens? Okay, number 2. If you put ice cubes in a drink, And number 3, if you put warm water in a fridge, Number 4, if the temperature of water drops below 0 degrees, And number 5, if you put food in a hot oven, Have you finished? Okay, great. Check your answers. Number 1 melts, 2 float, 3 gets cold or cools down, number 4 freezes, and number 5 cooks. Amazing. Okay, now let's go to your activity book, page 82. Activity book, page 82. Look at the question number 1 here. Look and match the situations to the results. Can you make zero conditional sentences? Listen and check. So listen carefully.
Listening 143. Listen and check.
Did you know that over 70% of the Earth is covered in water? Water is really important for all living creatures on our planet. So today's lesson is about water. Does anyone know any facts about water?
If it doesn't rain for a long time, plants start to die.
That's true. Well done.
If the temperature of the sea reaches -2 degrees, the sea starts to freeze.
That's a great fact.
If the sun shines and it rains, you see a rainbow.
Oh, I love rainbows. Anyone else?
If big bits of polar ice break off, they become icebergs.
Yes, that's right. Good job. Now let's talk about the water cycle. Who knows what the...
Okay, so now can you match the situations here with the results here? Yes, great. Check your answers, please. 1 with B, and 2 with D, 3 with C, and 4 with A. Great job, my dear students. And now let's do question number 2. Write the words in order to make zero conditional statements. So here we have to reorder the words in order to make a correct sentence. Look at number 1. If it doesn't rain for a long time, plants start to die. And here number 2, reaches -2 degrees, freeze. If the temperature of the sea, it starts to. Number 3, a rainbow. If and it rains, you see the sun shines. Number 4, icebergs. If big bits of break off, they become and polar ice. Have you finished? Okay, great. Check your answers now. If the temperature of the sea reaches -2 degrees, it starts to freeze. Number 3, if the sun shines and it rains, you see a rainbow. And the last one, if big bits of polar ice break off, they become icebergs. Excellent. And question number 3, read the sentences about the water cycle, write the correct words. Again, zero conditional sentences can also be made with when. Do you remember that we can replace if with when? When you heat water to 100 degrees, it boils. So look at here. When the sun shines or shines, what do you think? Which one is the correct answer? Okay, water evaporates or will evaporate and there are tiny drops in the air. Here, yes, great, shines. And here, yes, great. And number 2, when the drops rise or rose into the sky. Of course, rise, yes. They form or forms the clouds or clouds. They, yes, form. And number 3, when the clouds get or got too heavy. Of course, get. Rain falls or would fall. Yes, falls. And number 4, if the temperature is or was very low, of course is, yes. It snows or will snow. Yes, it snows. Great job. Great. And now this is your homework. Look and make true sentences for you. Use the zero conditional. When I have an exam, you have to complete the sentence. It's easier to sleep if, and you have to complete the sentence. My mom gets annoyed when I watch a scary film, I get embarrassed if. So here you have to complete the sentences and this is your homework for the next time. And now let's play a game. Here we have to put the words in the correct order. If, what do you think? If you put ice on water, comma, it floats. And full stop. Great.
If you put ice on water, it floats.
Great job. And let's see the next one. Are you ready? Let's start. Okay, if you heat water to 100 degrees, comma, of course, it boils and full stop.
If you heat water to 100 degrees, it boils.
And the next one. Okay, what do you think? Yes, if you cool water to 0 degrees, comma, of course, it freezes and full stop.
If you cool water to 0 degrees, it freezes.
Okay. Great job, my dear students. So we are talking about zero conditional and we use simple present with it. That's all for today. Thanks for watching and listening. See you tomorrow. Goodbye.